Imagine walking through the illuminated streets of Bangkok, where the neon lights and the sound of music envelop you in a unique way. As night falls, the city transforms. The streets become a kaleidoscope of colors, and the aromas of street food blend with the scent of mystery and freedom. Every corner is an invitation to the unknown, and every face hides an untold story. Thailand is a place where the boundaries between the traditional and the modern blend, creating a unique vibe you won't find anywhere else. Here, the night is not just about partying. It's about experiencing a city where the energy is uncomplicated and unrestrained, where people seek quick, intense connections, and freedom is found at every corner. But what truly makes the night in Thailand so unique? It's the pulsating energy that spreads across its vibrant streets, where everything feels possible and where you can lose yourself, but at the same time, find yourself in an atmosphere of secrets, judgment-free pleasures, and mystery. Here, the night is a game of light and shadows, and the rules are meant to be broken. Welcome to Thailand, a country where the night is never just a night, but a limitless experience. When the sun sets, Bangkok transforms into a spectacle of lights, and the streets come alive with vibrant neon colors that illuminate the city like a kaleidoscope of possibilities. The Thai capital has a unique rhythm at night, and the streets are not only decorated, but lived in. Every light, every shadow creates an immersive atmosphere full of mystery and intense energy. What happens on these streets is not just what you see, but what you feel while being immersed in this luminous setting. In Pattaya, this energy intensifies, especially on the famous Pattaya Sois, where neon lights mix with the loud music and the buzz of the streets. The famous Pattaya Soi 6, for instance, is one of the most well-known areas, where the streets become a true explosion of colors and parallel lives. Here, the nightlife energy is palpable, and casual encounters are part of the local experience. As you walk through these streets, you quickly realize you're entering a world of its own, where the rules are quite different and freedom is almost an unwritten law. What makes these streets so fascinating is not just the aesthetic of the lights, but the vibrant atmosphere and the feeling that everything is within reach. In Pattaya, especially on the Pattaya Sois, the city shows its boldest and most uninhibited side. Here, interactions are fast, intense, and happen as spontaneously as the lights that light the way. The streets of Pattaya Soi invites you to dive headfirst into this universe of shameless desires and encounters with no expectations, where every corner offers a new experience. As the neon lights take over Pattaya, the city invites you to explore its most carefree side. It's not just a walk through the illuminated streets, but an immersion into a world where anything is allowed, and the night never limits itself. In Pattaya Soi, you lose yourself in the colors, sounds, and above all, the possibilities of connecting with the unknown, without haste and without judgment. When night falls in Bangkok, the city becomes a cauldron of energy and intoxicating rhythms. The streets of Soi Cowboy, Pat Pong, and other bustling areas are always vibrant, with a sense that something is about to happen. In Pattaya, this energy is amplified, and the bars and clubs turn into places where fun and encounters are more spontaneous and carefree. In places like Soi 6 or Soi 7, freedom seems to flow in the air, and everyone is looking for a connection without pressure or expectations. But don't be fooled, the nightlife in Bangkok and Pattaya is not just about partying. Here, connections happen immediately, intensely, almost without a filter. Unlike conventional nights, where conversations happen slowly and the environment is more reserved, in Bangkok and Pattaya, interactions are quick and direct, and the energy seems to create an atmosphere of freedom. The lights shine brightly, but it's the people's confidence that truly stands out. In these places, confidence is what moves people, whether flirting or sharing a unique moment in one of the underground clubs. What stands out the most, and what makes Bangkok and Pattaya such fascinating places, is the authenticity of the night. There's no filter in behavior, and the city is a space where encounters happen without pressure or judgment. In Pattaya, for example, the streets are not just a reflection of neon lights or loud music, but a portrait of a lifestyle where the rules are flexible and encounters are natural. People surrender to the night, and the connections flow with impressive ease. The night in Bangkok and Pattaya is not about following an itinerary, it is an authentic experience where social and sexual freedom meet in a setting full of life, energy, and desire. Every moment in Pattaya is an opportunity to create something new, to get lost in the streets, and to find yourself in fleeting encounters. Here, freedom is the rule, and the city never stops surprising you, keeping you on the edge of the unexpected. Thailand is a place where freedom is not limited to its beaches and landscapes, but extends to the unique energy of its streets at night. Bangkok and Pattaya in particular are destinations where experiences are intense and relationships are fluid. On every neon-lit corner, there's a sense of mystery in the air. Every bar, every club, every street in Pattaya Soi or Soi Cowboy seems to hold secrets ready to be revealed, but without haste, without judgment. It is a city where the impossible becomes possible, and where boundaries seem to disappear, making you lose yourself in a constant vibration of desire and exploration. Here, the night has its own rhythm, a relaxed yet intense rhythm that makes anyone feel completely uninhibited. No matter who you are or where you come from, Thailand welcomes you as part of something greater, without reservations. The city is a sensory experience, with the lights and sounds creating a unique atmosphere where everything is allowed and encounters are intense. What's even more fascinating is the feeling that you're diving into a parallel world, where local culture and sexual freedom meet in a unique way. In Pattaya especially, this blend of cultures and desires doesn't just overlap, it merges into an experience where no one is judged and where everyone seeks to live in the moment. In the streets of Bangkok, freedom mixes with the mystery of every fleeting encounter. Thailand, with its intense culture of freedom, creates a setting where you can allow yourself to live something unique, something unbound, where experiences are real and unfiltered. Every moment seems to stretch, unfolding into an endless night where the impossible is possible and the possibilities are infinite. And the best part? No one is here to ask questions. Everything is accepted, everything is allowed, everything is explored in a pure way, without haste and without expectations. Unlike other destinations, Thailand doesn't try to hide anything. It presents you with the contradictions of life in such a natural way that the city becomes both a paradise and a mystery. Here, freedom is not just a choice, it's an experience at every corner, an invitation to live without limitations. As you delve deeper into the streets of Bangkok and Pattaya, it's impossible not to notice that there's a hidden world, a side of the city that veers away from what's visible at first glance. Unlike the more touristy, brightly lit areas, these secret streets hide a more intimate energy, where the mystery and intensity of the nightlife take on a different form. In the labyrinths of Pattaya Soi, especially in places like Soi 6 and Soi 7, you feel the presence of something much deeper, a kind of pure connection without restrictions. In these places, encounters happen more intimately and personally, away from prying eyes, creating an atmosphere of shared secrets and freedom without pressure. These less visible streets of Pattaya and Bangkok are places where you can be who you really are, without the weight of external expectations. They offer a sense of escapism, where people seek moments of intimacy and personal liberation, in a setting where everything is possible and where judgment does not exist. When you enter these more discreet spaces, the city reveals its raw, unadorned side. There, interactions are not about the superficiality of lights or loud music, but about sincere moments and quick connections, where everything happens in the present, without haste, without plans. Pattaya Soi and the secret streets of Bangkok are not just about what you see, but about what you feel while walking through them. Each place has a unique energy, an almost magical atmosphere that transports you to a parallel universe where social laws are more flexible and norms dissolve. Here, you get lost in the shadows of neon-lit streets, creating a sense of belonging in an environment where freedom and pleasure become the only rules. What really makes these areas special is the contrast they offer with the rest of the city. While Bangkok and Pattaya are known for their vibrant nightlife, it is in these more discreet streets that you find the true essence of Thai nightlife, a place where you do what you desire without the weight of a vigilant society. Freedom is total, and the true intensity of the city is found in the secret streets, where the possibilities are endless and the experience is unique. When the first light of dawn starts to infiltrate the streets of Bangkok, the city seems to never really stop. What happens after an intense night is not what you'd expect from a city that never sleeps. Here, the day begins to take shape, but the energy of the night still lingers in the air like an echo of moments lived. In Pattaya, the situation is no different. The deserted streets quickly fill again with the city's vibration, which never loses its unique rhythm. Dawn, although symbolizing the end of a night, is just a moment of transition into a new cycle of opportunities and new experiences. In the streets still illuminated by neon and with the echoes of music fading in the background, you feel that the night was more than just a simple party. It was an exploration, an experience where you lost track of time and allowed yourself to go with the flow of the city. At dawn, life in Bangkok and Pattaya has a unique quality, a mix of rest and renewal, where the last interactions of the night transform into the first of the new day. No one seems to be in a hurry. The city transitions smoothly into the dawn, as if it were breathing deeply, ready to reinvent itself once again. What truly marks the dawn in Pattaya and Bangkok is not the end of the parties, but the feeling that the city never truly stops. Even as the sun begins to rise, the streets still hold the energy of the night, creating a continuous cycle of pleasure, interaction, and freedom. It's as if the city lives in a constant flow, where night and day blend together and the possibilities remain endless. As you watch the sun rise between the buildings of Bangkok or over the horizon of Pattaya, you realize that, on some level, the real magic of these cities is their ability to constantly reinvent themselves, and the night never truly ends. In Thailand, dawn is just the sign that the city is preparing for another round of adventures, encounters, and discoveries. It doesn't matter if you're walking through the streets of Bangkok or the vibrant areas of Pattaya Soi. The feeling is the same. Life goes on. And as the sun rises, you know that the true essence of these cities lies in their ability to live fully in every moment, without haste, without regrets. Dawn is just the beginning of something new. When the last light fades in the streets of Bangkok and Pattaya, what remains is not just the memory of the parties and encounters, but the sense that you were part of something unique. The night in Thailand is not just a passage of time. It is a transformative experience, something that leaves lasting marks on those brave enough to live it. In Bangkok, the streets are not just a backdrop for nightlife. They are witnesses to intense and unforgettable moments that stay with you long after you leave the city. Every corner, every neon light, and every fleeting encounter has a profound impact, creating a sense that life will never be the same after a night in Bangkok or Pattaya. The city doesn't just offer experiences, it shapes the way you see the world. In Pattaya Soi, life seems to be lived in a freer, more spontaneous way, without pressures or expectations. And that's what makes the experience so unique. The freedom to be whoever you want, the authenticity of connections, and the energy that permeates the air. Thailand invites you to live in the present, to forget limitations, and to explore every moment with intensity. And the legacy of Thai nights goes beyond what you can see or do. It's the feeling of being part of a story with no beginning or end, where with every new night, the possibilities are renewed. When you return from a trip to Thailand, you carry with you a new perspective on what it means to live unbound, unafraid to explore your own desires, and free from external pressures to follow rules. The night in Bangkok and Pattaya is not something you simply experience. It transforms you, leaving you with the feeling that, for a moment, you were part of something much larger. And as the neon lights continue to shine, the memory of what was lived there never fades. The legacy of Thai nights stays with you as an eternal reminder of a city that never stops surprising, never stops enchanting.